Tarot. I hope that you guys are all well and all that good stuff. What is today? Wednesday, right? Hump day. Happy hump day. I hope that you guys have made it over the hump of the work week and you're doing great. All that good stuff. For the new subscribers, welcome. Or not even new subscribers, but I'm gonna put that in the atmosphere for the new visitors. But yes, you know, hit that subscribe button. For the new subscribers and or visitors, welcome and or thank you for tuning in again, all that good stuff. For those of you who have been rocking with me for a bit, welcome back and thank you for the continued support, all that good stuff. So as you saw in the caption, it is not the caption, the title, it is a just very general energy read just to see what's going on. Hey love, how are you, sweetie? I am very very happy to have, as I saw, 111 on the timer. For those of you who end up tuning in later, check out the portal to everything. She is great. She's done a reading for me before. She did a past life reading for me, and it was very, very, very informative and dead on. So I'm always, shouting out other great readers as they pop up because, we're a community and everything. So I want to make sure that, each one teach one, and we keep that ball going. Another one of my favorite readers who also just did a reading for me, Tears and Wheat Tarot Show. I never go on this early, so look at that. Maybe I found my sweet spot because I usually go on like later on in the evening. So this is nice to see two great readers here. My sister is here, a really lovely reader. Like I said, two great readers here for those of you who end up tuning in. Like I said, there's Tears and Wheat Tarot Show, and then there's the Pearls, everything. So definitely check them out. All right. So without further ado, now that I have some folks in here, like I said, it's gonna be a very very general reading. Nothing too crazy. Just kind of see what comes out. Depending on how I feel later, I might do a what's the tea reading too, because I've been like really drawn to do that. So, and I have like a funny little thing that I want to show you guys when I do happen to do it, if I do it later. So without further ado, I've already cleansed the space and the energy, and yeah, we're gonna just tap right on in, get some shuffles going. All right, Spirit, may let positive energy into this reading for the collective energy. Show the collective what they need to see at this time for their highest good when it comes to their spiritual path and where they're at this time. I'm pretty sure some naysayers will show up at some point, because they always do. But but yes, I love you guys very, very much. Those of you who are already here, always appreciative. Always appreciative. Like I said, one thing with me, like if I know I don't gatekeep around here. Like I will make sure if I know there's a good reader, I'm like, I got a reader for you. Check out so and so. I always do that on here. Yes. All right. So bottom of the deck we have Fortress. It says fortitude, staying power, staying power, stubborn, sealed off, aloof, prepared, backbone, endure, lasting, ready for anything, determined, unbreakable, true grit, and what it takes. You guys have what it takes to make anything happen is what I'm getting. Like, I feel like the folks here that end up resonating with this reading, just starting out, you guys have so much power and like grit and integrity that is going to help drive you, empower you through different phases and stuff that are happening at this time. So let's pull a few from here, and then we'll like tap into the tarot portion. I was drawn to pull from here today because I was like, dang, what deck do I want to use? And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make it real general. And that one thing about this deck is great for general readings. So all right. Ooh, okay, this is cute. I like this. Excuse me. So this might be important because once I start burping, I hate when I burp on readings, but it does happen. We have Heart and Home. It says happy home, security, love, kindness, family, belonging, bliss, contentment, comfort, established, fulfilled, legacy, boundaries, affection, peace, heart's desire, and longevity. So I'm getting that there's like this really strong will when it comes to a family dynamic within the home, maybe for some. Take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. I'm getting like protection of family. Like maybe you guys have been feeling very, very protective of your family, your kids, or your parents, things like that. Or your parents are very protective of you. I'm not sure, but I'm just getting like this sense of great, great sense of love, great sense of wanting to always be there for each other, protection, which is nice. I like to see that in a reading because sometimes it's not always like that. But of course, that's only two cards, right? And one of those were only on the bottom of the deck. So let's hope that that momentum keeps going because I like to see that kind of energy. All right, so we got two cards that came out together. Yeah, this is like this like big like fix up energy. Take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. I don't know if anybody is moving or planning on moving or they're doing like home improvement stuff, but I'm getting that that could be the case for somebody who ends up watching this. So we have tools. It says practical abilities, resources, has what it takes, application, build it, fix it, organization, help someone, task at hand, well prepared, equipment, get shit done, and masculinity. I'm also getting that some of you, let's say if you're, ironically enough, there's three people in here, one like, and then I have the number 13 out here. Like one card says 1 and the other one says 13. So it's a mirrored number. So I'm getting like 13 and 31. 13 is about death and rebirth. So that could be very important for some. I almost feel like some of you might have that, might be what, like that grit energy that we were picking up on very, very early on in the reading about this energy of, but like, okay, there's things that have to get done. I have to make this happen. Like, so maybe like some of y'all are stepping in, if you're women, for instance, you're stepping out of your feminine mode and stepping into your masculine to fix shit, get things done. You're like, nah, that shit's been leaking for a while, or I don't like that color anymore. Like some of y'all might be like, embarking on, different little home improvement projects. That seems very, very specific, but take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. We also have symphony. It says harmony, synergy, co-create, assembly, organized, structure, contribute, team, collaborate, precise, arrangement, order, lead, follow, organization, perform, display, and cohesion. Those came out together. Tools and symphony came out together. So like collaborative efforts, maybe you're working together with somebody when it comes to like stuff, when it comes to the home, like a home improvement kind of project, or maybe just again working together cohesively as a unit when it comes to the home dynamic. I'm getting something like that. What else do I see here? Yeah, I feel like, for some of you just reading intuitively at this time, learning different things about different cultures. Like some of you, this is a very interesting reading. This is very different. Some of you might be like trying to incorporate like within like, how like people, when they do like themes in a room, like in their home, like, a room might have like a Paris theme, or a room might have like, a rustic feel or something like that. Like I'm getting like something like that. So some people might be like kind of playing around with ideas when it comes to how they decorate their home, and stuff like that. And it's I feel like it's kind of fun. It's yeah, there's something celebrating. I feel like somebody's getting like a new home or something, or a new apartment, something along those lines. I did not look at these comments yet, and I do not have my glasses on, so let me see. Sorry guys, I have to like squint really hard to see. Oh, see what happens when, even if there's even one different person in the energy, it changes the shifts and changes the energy of the reading, right? So someone is going to be having a baby, and they're moving, right? So it's like, now this is making a lot more sense, because I'm like, this is very different, very, very different. Yeah, the bedroom might be very important. Yep, okay, so a few cards came out. So I'm gonna start reading intuitively instead of reading the whole card, because like that's a lot of reading and it could get pretty boring. um, Hi, how are you? I don't have my glasses on, so pardon me for if I say your name wrong. I see Gary, Garrick, something like that. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong or I can't see all the letters, but I'll say Mr. or Mrs. Newton. How about that? But hi, how are you? Welcome to the channel. All right, so the cards that came out, it says bedroom, library, pillory, urn, but it's in a challenge position, and scuba diver. So those all came out together, which is interesting for so many cards to come out together. So now this is how we know we're picking up on the energies of a lot of different people now. So everybody's situation is going to be different, right? But I do feel like there is an important attachment to a intimate connection with somebody for some people. Take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. I'm getting the download, so I apologize for if there's like a pause in between. I hate when that happens, because I like to keep the momentum going because people get bored. All right, this is very specific, I feel like, for somebody, but I do feel like for someone involved watching this reading, whether it's right now or somebody who watches later, I do feel like there was an intimate relationship, with somebody. You might have even shared, a home with this person. You had to learn a lot of stuff, and there might have been some type of cheating or something that went down. This is going to be very specific, so please take it if it resonates. If it doesn't, I don't want people being like, oh, she don't know what the fuck she's talking about. That's my story. Again, take it if it resonates, even if it doesn't. This is for somebody specific, or a couple of people or something. But there was an ending of a relationship, and or the relationship is ending now, because I do have the urn in the challenge position. But something happened, and it was kind of like in the open, like a lot of people know about it type shit. And this is something that's allowing you to do a little bit of inner work. Take it if it resonates, and leave it if it doesn't. Those cards came out together just like those other cards came out together. So there could be two different storylines going on here. Or storylines that are going to mesh into one, possibly. But there is somebody who ends up watching this who is going to resonate with that second storyline that I just presented, where, there was like this intimate relationship, something happened, like cheating or something, and it became public knowledge. Like other people even knew, like, oh wow, like this is happening in that relationship. Like it was out there. Maybe people like, exposed each other on social media type stuff. I don't know. But it caused an ending, or there's an ending in the process of happening for somebody. And this is something that's going to allow someone to do some really deep inner work, diving deeper into themselves and figuring out where they are on this part of their journey. That storyline seems a lot more serious. Like the other one seemed like really cute, like, oh, look at that, you're like painting your house. And then the other one's like, ooh, that felt a little more painful. And we even have it's time on the bottom of the deck. It's like, it's time to make a decision. And that could be why urn is in the challenging position. Like, some people who resonate with that part of the reading, this might be in the process of happening. And it's like you haven't done what you needed to do just yet, right? But there's something that needs to be done, right? So, of course, take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. So let's get a few more from here. And then we'll start tapping into some tarot. For those of you who are resonating, please let me know in the comment section, and or do reactions, hit that like button, subscribe, so on and so forth. This is a collective reading at this time, so if you're interested in a private reading, I actually am running a promotion at this time for a mini reading for $15 and a full reading for 25. My let's put it to put it into perspective. My full readings are usually $80. So I'm just gonna put that out there. And when I say a full reading, I mean a full reading. My full readings are um, very in depth, and they could easily last an hour or more. So I'm just saying. But all my contact information is in the description box. I'm only gonna do that probably until the end of the week. Just putting that out there as well. All right, what else we have? All right, so we have Namkara. This was in the reverse. So it says unconditional love, romance, soulmates, blah 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 blah. Let's put it like this: there's a connection of some sorts that has some discord in it. I just saw 1551 of the second. I happened to look up. So I'm gonna put that out there. There's some type of connection or partnership that is going through a sour patch or has gone through a sour patch. But the whole thing is this. This is a part of self-discovery. You have map here on the bottom of the deck, right? So you're figuring it out. You're figuring out how to navigate yourself out of the situation, right? Or past the situation. And I feel like this second narrative is very, very important that we spoke about before. I feel like this is tied into that. Perhaps for some, this is all tied in together where you thought everything was this happy-go-lucky, like we're in sync, we're doing this, blah, blah, and then you find out some shit later, like, whoa, what the heck? You know what I mean? What is this? This is not what I signed up for, you know? And that's why the tarot is going to be important, because we're going to discover more about the story then. So I am getting that something either happened for some people in this past autumn or is happening in this upcoming autumn, fall. It says full moon, the queen, and within 6 to 9 months. So I'm getting that for some people, you might have experienced something this past fall, or something's coming in this upcoming fall. Something could also be happening during a moon cycle, or has happened during a full moon cycle, I should say. And the next 6 to 9 months is important in terms of the time frame. So I usually don't care about time frames within readings. You know, every reader is different. I just feel like, you know, I can't sit here and play God, right? Like, divine time is always at play, and, you know, energy is, or I would say time is fluid, right? So it's like, and energy is fluid. So, you know, things can shift and change in a heartbeat. Things that you think are going to happen one way can shift and change that quickly. So it's like, you know, even though it might say 6 to 9 months here, something could happen sooner or later that could completely shift the narrative and, you know, change the outcome. So one thing I will not do is sit there and act like I know exactly what's going to happen, because I don't know. I can more so go based on the energy that's happening currently and proceed from there. Just gonna put that out there. All right, what else we got? All right. So we have curtain call. So this is about being recognized for something. So some of you might be getting some sense of recognition. This is giving me like 6 of Wands energy, right? For those of you who are familiar with tarot, it's like, you know, there's somebody's being recognized for their hard work and dedication when it comes to something. And this could have come after a time of, you know, being overlooked or not appreciated, right? Which could have been why, you know, in the past, somebody went through like some mishaps or something when it comes to possibly cheating or lying or something like that. Disharmony within a connection of some sort that's, you know, leading to an ending, right? But it's like you guys are using this sense of freedom. We have declaration here. This sense of freedom and knowledge to move forward in a new path. Yes, you have empty nest here to the deck, moving on. So it's like, you know, I'm moving on to, you know, greener pastures. You know what I mean? Like, I know that where I am in this situation or this circumstance is not for me. It doesn't better me. It doesn't make me feel whole. It doesn't make me feel like I'm progressing. Why am I going to stay there? Moving on, right? And and I also even feel like for some of you, it's also about recognizing shit within yourself that you might not have seen before. You know, this power within yourself to say, I can handle stuff on my own if I have to, right? You might not want to, but if I have to, I will. Yeah, look, middle of the deck. We have biker, which is all about, you know, doing things on your own. You know, embarking on new journeys on your own, not really worrying about other people. You know what I mean? Like figuring it out for yourself. All right, I'm gonna get 2 more from here. That's why I like this deck, because it touches base on so many different things. There are 108 cards in this deck. Alright. We have Dynamite. So this is like major changes happening, right? Major changes happening. This is not the Tower card, but it's giving me almost Tower vibes, like destruction. It's giving me major endings, chaos, but also a sense of excitement that comes with it. It's very interesting because, like I said, I'm reading intuitively, but I'm also, you know, paying attention to what I know the cards already mean. And it's giving me like this sense of fast, sudden action, but at the same time, it had to happen after major things that took place, almost like a Tower moment kind of situation to allow you to get to this point. Yeah, see? The cross. So we had, you know, more than one card. We had the urn, and now we have the cross. So it's like, you know, you're releasing, you're sacrificing, right? A lot of stuff that had to be let go of in order to get here. And now you're in the process of healing. This card to me also represents like the Empress, which could represent fertility and pregnancy. It also represents the heart chakra and love and the flow of love. So I already know that there's one person here who will resonate with that. So yeah. But now this is a time to celebrate, right? Celebrate your victories. This is a time to recognize, you know, what you've been doing and how far you've come, because there's this tendency for a lot of us, you know, who, my apologies, because I have cards everywhere, because I brought like a bunch over here, so I don't have to keep getting up to go to my altar. But yeah, you know, sometimes we don't recognize, you know, the greatness within ourselves, right? We kind of, you know, we do all these great things for everybody else or whatever, and we forget, as I saw the Magician, we forget our capabilities. We forget what we're able to do. And it's like, and how far we've come. I'm going to say we, because I feel like I resonate with that part. And this is a time to recognize your worth. You know, if there's people in your life that make you feel less than, those are people that you have to start removing yourself and your energy from, right? So now this is the time to, you know, do some deep inner work, that dive within self. Yeah. Now, ironically enough, the last card, you know, from the last deck I used was the 5, which also had Theo energy attached to it, which gives me this 5 of Wands energy. So there you go. It's very, very similar energy. So there's the conflict, right? The inner conflict for some. There's just, this is like a lot going on. A little bit of chaos, but yet again, there's this other side of the situation where it's allowing you to feel a sense of excitement about something, and passion about something. Perhaps it took this situation to open up yourself in that way to realize what you're passionate about. Take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. All right. So I'm going to just kind of do maybe like a whatever comes out kind of thing here. I'll pull a few cards from the tarot, and then we'll pull from some more oracle cards, and then that'll be the end of the reading. But again, for those of you who resonate with the message, you know, definitely keep hitting, you know, the reaction buttons, Keep on commenting in the comment section. If you have not hit the like button already, do that. If you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. I will greatly appreciate all of that beautiful energy from you guys. Greatly appreciate it. So the first card out is the Six of Cups. So there is definitely something about, you know, the past and or children, childhood for some, surrendering and walking away. I feel like for some of you, you got the Knight of Pentacles on the top. That's about perseverance and patience, slow moving energy. Queen of Cups. That's somebody who's very, very in tune with her feelings and her emotions. So I'm just based on the energy that I'm seeing here. I feel like there are like old memories that you're still attached to that contribute to what we're seeing here in this reading. For some of you, it could be like a past relationship, or it could be like people from, you know, that you've known for a very long time, from your past, like from your childhood, you know, friends, family. It's going to be different for everybody, so please take it as it resonates. There could be children actually involved for some. But yeah, I'm getting like different narratives here, but just this overall energy of like having to kind of remove oneself and kind of surrender. And we did see that energy even earlier too. Tell us more. Thank you. Two of Cups. So for a lot of you, it's about a partnership. In most cases, it's probably romantic partnership. So got a lot of cups on the table already, just starting, right? Yeah, so we got the Knight of Swords, which is about, you know, a lot of changes and seizing new opportunities, you know, kind of, you know, quick movement in a new direction type of thing. We got the Magician. I saw that like 3 times while I was shuffling. You guys are great manifestors. You guys have a lot of willpower as well. You're capable of doing a lot of things. You have a lot of like that inner knowledge and inner power. But again, sometimes those conflicts within, conflicts outside of yourselves as well. 3 people who are in the room right now and 2 likes. So there's a lot, I'm getting a lot of 5 energy. And in fact, now I'm looking at the cards. There's a lot of 5s here. A lot of 5s. There were like 3 5s, 4 5s. So 5, you might be seeing the number 5 a lot, which is all about major changes. You know, for some of you, you might have had to like really, you know, make a decision and say, okay, I have to change my dynamic here. I got to change my mindset. I got to change my surroundings and my circumstances in order to get away from the situation in which I find myself in, especially for those of you who resonate with this being that love portion that we're kind of picking up on. This is going to be different for everybody, so take it as it resonates. But for some of you, actually, there's a lot of 5s here. As I'm really looking at the cards now, no, somebody really is going to resonate with this whole idea of having to remove themselves from a romantic connection that was not working. Yeah, exactly. Wow, see? A lot of 5s, man. A lot of 5s. And then like resonating with that cup energy, right? With the water signs. Tell us more. I'm gonna take these. Every card out from the tarot right now is cups. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. So we got 2 cards that came out. We got King of Cups. And it came out along with the 3 of Cups. So I will say this. I'm going to put this out there. Please take it if it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. But there could be a person who's dealing with a situation in which, romantically, in which they were dealing with somebody who was very, very, very emotionally, like, very calculating. Like, they knew exactly how to just pull at your heartstrings, say the right things to, you know, get you to kind of bend and buckle at the knees. And they might have had you in a third party situation. Yeah. And this could be a person that you even had like a whole family with type shit. Like you might have been married to this person or at least cohabitating with them. Look at this. Look. I'm not saying this shit just to say it, guys. Look. We got the Four of Wands on the top of the deck. That's why I said possibly marriage. And then Ten of Pentacles. Like that's both like family dynamics. So for some of you, you might have been in a marriage or at least a cohabitating relationship with somebody who you might have kids with. And this person didn't treat you well. They didn't treat you well. And they put you in a third party connection. That seems very, very, very important to keep pointing out. Because I picked up on it even earlier, but like now I'm picking up on it even more. And it's like, again, it's one of those situations that came to the light and you figured it out and you saw through their bullshit, their lies, right? That's why the Magician probably kind of showed its face. You know, somebody who's very, very calculating, somebody who knows how to manipulate. 3113. Remember I mentioned feeling that energy earlier in the reading. Showed up again. I'm also seeing a lot of twos. Choices, right? People making fucked up choices end up in fucked up circumstances, and then what does that put you in? A position where you have to make a choice too, because there's a lot of conflict, a lot of fighting. Let's get a few more from here. Hopefully this is making sense so far. The Hermit. So I feel like a lot of you guys have, you know, been doing a lot of that inner work, right? A lot of soul searching, isolation, spending time alone in order to kind of figure out your circumstances, right? Looking deep within yourself to say, okay, well, these are the things that I'm going to have to work on, right? Going back to this energy, the scuba diver, digging deep within self to say, okay, these are things I can be working on. Getting a sense of enlightenment as you go along too. What did my girl say? See? Look, that makes sense, right? they could talk a good game, can't they? Yep, keep you all confused in your head and shit. Seven of Cups. Yeah, I feel like, you know, you guys are kind of seeing like the forest from the trees type shit. Like you're, you know, all the cloud of judgment, you're starting to see past it, right? You're seeing through it. You're realizing, okay, there have been people, in whatever capacity this is for you, who have kept me in my head, who played mental and emotional games with me, and now I'm doing this inner work and I'm seeing it now. I get it, right? I'm paying attention. Page of Swords here on the top of the deck. I'm paying attention now. I see it, you know? And they're paying attention to you too. Trust. But see, you guys are the Magician. So you guys are able to see through the bullshit, right? Yes, exactly. I say that all the time. Taking the rose-colored lenses off, the glasses off. No more of that shit, right? Seeing it for what it is. Because a lot of us, I'm putting my hand up on this, you know, especially when it comes to love and romance, right? We tend to, my daughter, just being super cute, and my son too. But yeah, so like, people like think they can just like, you know, play games, right? You know, especially when you're showing up as the Queen of Cups, right? Very, very emotional, very, very sweet, caring people. And it's like people think that you just, you know, always get one over, and it's like eventually you gotta say, nah, fuck that shit, you know. No thanks. Can't keep playing this game, you know. Can't keep doing the back and forth, all that. I'm like, no. Once somebody shows you their whole ass to kiss, like, okay, bet I ain't gonna kiss it. Find somebody else who will, because it ain't gonna be me. You know what I mean? Like, we played that game too long. So what are we gonna do? What am I gonna do? Remove myself, right? Remove myself. Spirit ain't fucking playing. Come on now. As I say, remove myself, what comes out? 8 of fucking cups. All right, Spirit. Moving on. Walking away. Fuck that shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, you might have built like a whole like dream around this person. You know, this teamwork aspect of things. You know, really thinking that's gonna be something. I hope this is not a naysayer. Let's see. Okay, nope, it's not. It's my girl. Okay, because people be coming in here saying some stupid stuff, and I'm just like, I ain't playing this game, y'all niggas. Yes, I'll give you my whole ass a kiss. I like it. I like it like that. I like it like that. Yep. Waiting for the right proposals to come in, right? Because we're not gonna keep playing that fucking game, right? That if you're not gonna pour into our cup, we're gonna pour into our own motherfucking cup. We're gonna love up on ourselves with this Knight of Cups here, right? Take ourselves out on dates and shit. We don't. Come on now. Men too, y'all can do the same thing too. Yeah, this back and forth bullshit, absolutely fucking not. We're not gonna keep doing that. I'm not gonna continue to be juggled 2 and 2 in here right now. 2. I'm not gonna keep being fucking juggled. The fuck? There's a reason why I'm still single. And I'm okay with it, you know what I mean? Like, it's fine. Like, I would love to be, you know, one day in a happy relationship or a marriage, but until I find like somebody who's not gonna play this bullshit ass game, right? I can do bad by my goddamn self, and quite frankly, I'm doing fucking great. So why the fuck would I stoop down? Absolutely not. Not doing it. No thanks. Yep. And these are people who try to keep us in our head, keep us feeling like we're restricted or stuck, and it's like, no, absolutely fucking not. Closing that shit the fuck out. The world. Closing it out with completion and success. Yes, because we've done the work, right? We've learned the karmic lessons that needed to be learned with this justice card here on the top. We've learned the lessons already, right? I'm saying we because I resonate with this reading. We've learned the lessons already. We've done the work, right? So, you know, we're going to start reaping what we sow. We'll not be shocked if like the 7 of fucking Pentacles showed up at some point. Yeah. Starting to release, right? We got the 4, my throat chakra's closing up. Somebody don't want me to tell this story. Excuse me. But yeah, we got the Page of Pentacles here. And, you know, that's about that sense of knowing that we've held on to something way too long and it's time to release and let go, right? Because, again, we felt like this. Now we're like this. Close that shit out. It's done. Done and over with. Kaput. You know, like fuck that. Nobody got time for that shit. Yes. All right. So we do have the King of Pentacles here. I'm gonna clarify, but what I'm getting so far is that for some of you, if you're resonating with that whole narrative that I have presented about possibly like, you know, this person that you were with, blah 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 blah, who did some bullshit type shit. This person was very very like probably like a great father figure or very very secure in some kind of way, or they presented themselves to be such. Take it as it resonates. But the thing is, like, even though like they knew how to save face, as her safe face, like they played it off like they were this family man kind of shit, right? Family man, you know, in the community, people know this person, like they know them to be like this great stand-up person who, you know, is a great parent, successful in some kind of capacity, so on and so forth, or just well known. And the thing is, it's like, with further observation, you know, Page of Swords, like you realize that that person wasn't quite there, right? And that's why that shit came to an end. So it's like, this is a person who, again, they presented themselves in a certain way, and then you saw the truth of what it really was, and you're like, no, I'm good. No, thank you. So I'm gonna get like 3 more from here. Yeah. I feel like this person also, like, we got the Five of Pentacles here. I'm getting that if this person didn't necessarily contribute to financial, like, losses and or hardships, they just made you feel really left out in the cold. Maybe both for some. Yeah, I keep hearing setbacks. I keep getting setbacks of some sort. But like I said, for others, it's more just like that sense of feeling abandoned by this person. Like, this is your partner, right? This is somebody who you thought things were going to, you know, be something with, something positive, build together, all that shit. And then they put you in a position where you don't even, you know, feel secure with that person, right? And this has made you, like, look at things differently. You know, an awakening with this Judgment card here. There's this awakening that had to take place for you to realize where this person puts you. You had to learn how to find peace and balance within yourself, right? To get out of that funk. Yeah, out of that funk with this Three of Pentacles. And I'm also getting that there might have been a lot of secretive shit going on behind the scenes. I picked up on it earlier, and I'm picking up on it now. Like, there was this something that was happening behind the scenes that kept making you feel just not so good within the situation that you found yourself in, making you feel abandoned. Let's say, like, okay, for those of you who resonate with this part, let's say if they did cheat and they were a liar and all that stuff, right? That anybody who's ever been cheated on, when you find out that you've been cheated on, that shit hurts so fucking bad, right? Almost everybody has been there at some point or another. 1 second, Mom. Okay. All right. Yeah, so, like I was saying before, that sense of insecurity that you might feel, that sense of feeling stuck, that sense of feeling, what's another word, abandoned, obviously, big one, abandoned. There's just those different emotions that start to, like, you know, kind of overcome you, and then you feel like this, right? You feel stuck, you feel set back. You know, that's when that wake-up call happens, and you have to say, okay, enough's enough. I gotta do what I gotta do for myself, right? Let's get 2 more from here. The Hanged Man, yes. Releasing, letting go, surrendering. Saw that energy in the other deck. So this is confirmation of what we already discussed, you know. And this was not an easy choice, you know. There was definitely a choice to be made here. There was confusion. 7 of Cups. There was some confusion that was there. You felt trapped. You felt stuck. Like, damn, what the fuck do I do? Where do I go from here? But you knew what the best choice was, and that was the ending. This major ending that brought on a beautiful transformation, to allow you to become a greater and better version of yourself, right? And that would explain why we kept seeing the number 13 earlier. We kept seeing it backwards and forwards. So you might be seeing that number a lot as of lately. I'm also getting that some of you might be seeing a lot of 12s or 21s, or like mirrored images of it. But yes, highly intuitive folks here. 2 people in the room, 2 likes, number 2 here, the High Priestess. So you might be seeing a lot of 2s as well. And I mentioned 2s as even earlier before that card came out. I know that I already know that there's some amazing readers watching right now. So I know you guys are highly intuitive, highly gifted. So, you know, perhaps your gifts kicked in and let you know, fuck that shit. Why the hell am I doing this bullshit to myself? Let me see. What do I feel drawn to pull? I actually feel drawn to pull from here. I'll pull from the surrender deck. Since we keep getting this energy of surrendering here. Yeah, look. Middle of the deck when I split Surrender to complete healing. Open fully to the love and compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. Here you go. And that's just in the middle of the deck when I split it. I just screwed that up just now because I didn't turn the deck the right way. It's fine. No big deal. I'll fix them another time. Doesn't affect the reading, of course. It's more of an OCD thing for me. I like all my cards to face the right way. But face down rather. But yeah. So we're gonna get maybe 3 from here, and then maybe 3 from another deck to close out. But for those of you, yep, exactly. So we got a lot of 5s. We're seeing a lot of 4s. We got 404. Yeah, it's just a lot, right? We got 10s. So this is a lot. A lot. Alright, so we have on the bottom of the deck, surrendered defensiveness. I resonate this. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, and then offer a clear, non-defensive response. Sometimes we have to listen to how can I put it? Listen to actually like reflect and then respond versus just listening to find and pick holes in a person's logic, right? Easier said than done, trust, I know. Sometimes people could be a pain in the ass. Sorry for the coughing in the background. It's my son washing the dishes. But yes, like, be like that. We have surrender to creativity. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. So, really dive deep when it comes to some of the stuff you have going on. Think of it from a more creative standpoint. Think outside of the box. Sometimes we're like very stoic and logical about every little thing, right? Or too emotional about something even. Think of it like from a different perspective. Put a little bit of a spin on it when you start to reflect on the issues that you have and how you can, working on those things. Like I'm looking at this card right now, and she's holding up a mirror, and then it's being more reflective. It's giving me, and as you be more reflective, it's allowing for more transformations to happen. And really look at that card right there. She's got the butterflies there in the mirror. It's like you're really shining light upon the certain scenarios and situations in life. What do we do about it? Again, being too pragmatic sometimes is not a good thing. Being overly logical, because there is a thing as being overly logical. I have my moments. Overthinking. So thinking of it from a different perspective could definitely be helpful. We have surrender to inner peace. It's also giving me like the Fool card energy, just like as I'm looking at the card itself. It says cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet, meditative moments, focus on stillness within. Enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. My girl Lati, aka Tears and Meet Tarot Show, she just did a reading for me, and she was talking about that meditative state and how I can even find more answers to some of my questions in a more meditative state. Because a lot of times I'm just thinking, and if I were to allow myself to be more meditative, to evaluate things, I guarantee I would probably solve so many more problems a lot easier. I just happened to look on the bottom of the deck, and I think this is important. Let go of the fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment, focus on solutions, and celebrate every baby step forward. Yes. Sometimes that fear of failure, taking that leap of faith could be very scary. But the more that we reflect and allow ourselves to say, okay, this is what I want to do. This feels right. This feels good. I know that the outcome could be positive. Yeah, the circumstances that are surrounding me right now are scary. Hey, Queen Drea, how are you, love? Um, but yeah, that fear could be the thing holding us back, you know. And I want to say us because I know that I'm struggling with that. Like literally, as I'm talking about that, like I feel like there's like when I'm having anxiety attack, I feel that like I'm not having one, but like I feel like that feeling that I have in my chest right now when I do happen to have one. I'm fine right now, but it's just like that energy I'm feeling. So a lot of you guys might be feeling like that too. Um, yeah, so let that fear go. You know, the anxieties that are attached to it as well. Let that go. Take a leap of faith. All right, so we have makes sense to me. Two cards that came out. We have surrender your ego. It says cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. Yeah. Now I will add to that, however. There's nothing wrong with recognizing yourself and where you are and knowing that you are worthy. But there is definitely a big difference between being confident and being in your ego. Those are not quite the same, right? Um, your ego could kind of, you know, like it could almost lead to hubris in some cases. So finding a middle ground is really, really good. And it came out along with surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or a situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. Those came out together. So I do feel like there is this middle ground, right, between overthinking in the sense of, thinking negatively about yourself possibly, as well as being overly confident. There's this middle ground, right? A little bit of humility goes a long way, but also, recognizing your worth is important. So definitely find that middle ground. I'm usually on the other end of things, the whole like overthinking and a lot of times thinking pretty negatively about myself. I definitely know I could work on that. There's some times where I know I'm great at something, but then I get in my head and I'm like, shut my own self down. Stupid. But it's not stupid. See, even what I just did was bad, right? Like, I can't think like that. I gotta work on this. It's easier said than done, my friends. It is easier said than done. We have bottom of the deck, surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. Being able to acknowledge when we need, okay, ironically enough, there's 3 people in here, 3 legs. It's giving me the number 6, which is about balance. So think about it. Equal give and take, right? Within, our relationships and our lives, right? Being able to, understand the importance of helping everybody else, because a lot of us probably know about helping other people a little too much, right? And we don't always get that same energy back. But when we have the sense of reciprocity within a relationship, or any relationship around us, friends, family, romance, doesn't matter, work, when we have that sense of equal give and take, it allows for there to be a sense of value. And that value is going to be well equated because of the fact that there's the balance. So if you always feel like you're bending over backwards for a person and they're not doing anything for you, or whatever, take it as it resonates, however that makes sense to you. Like, think about when you overextend for people. I feel like a lot of y'all will resonate with that. So you overextend, you get nothing back. Now, I'm not saying that you should only do stuff to get things back. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is the most important relationships in your life should make you feel a sense of balance. And that's what this card is about. Being open to receiving love and support, and also being able to ask for help. I'm getting to, like, asking for help is so hard for me. I can say sorry to people and acknowledge my wrongs and all that stuff. Blah, blah. That's easier for me than asking for help. Like, when I see those stupid posts online, like, oh, what's harder for you, asking for help or apologizing? Especially when you're talking about women. I'm like, shut up. They're stupid. But anyway, like, I'm like, sheesh. it is way harder for me to ask for help than it is for me to apologize. Sometimes I'm overly apologetic. That's not that hard for me. But asking for help and support, quite different. Top of the deck, surrender your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, I'll even add overthinking to this. Take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with a healthier alternative. Yeah, goes back to that overthinking. Putting it out there. And surrender to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. Yes. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. Yes, 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 yes. Be confident in your decision making and knowing what is best for you. Because you know what, everybody else can kiss your whole ass. Okay, your whole ass. Their opinions mean nothing because they're not a part of the journey. Right? Your journey is your journey and your journey alone. So, all right, come on now. It's like we have to be able to acknowledge, like, when we handle our shit on our own versus when we allow people into our space to have enough control over our circumstances to be like telling us what to do and shit. Like, oh, fuck out of here. Not everybody's worthy of that. What we got here? I think I missed a couple of messages. Let me see. Especially because I don't have my glasses on. Girl, I could resonate with the thinking too negatively and being in your head all the time. Man, oh man, oh man. Damn. See? That's how I am. Like, I moved, a year and a half ago? And mind you, like, we're talking about my apartment at the time was 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It was like a luxury apartment. I put air quotes because people used to joke and say, because I was like on the 7th floor, they're like, you got a fucking penthouse. So I'm like, stop doing it by myself. I can't do it anymore. So like now I live with my mom, and I'm okay with saying that. At first I was a little embarrassed to say that, but no, I'm okay with that decision to I'm like, I used to cry every month trying to pay all those fucking bills by myself. Because like when I moved there initially, I was with my ex, not my crazy ex that I might bring up on this show, or on this channel, but the other ex who I'm still friends with. He's amazing. He's an amazing person. We just didn't work out as a couple, but he's a great person. So anyway, when we broke up, it was very amicable. Everything was very smooth, and I decided to keep the apartment. And this is after me looking over my budget and saying, oh, I can afford this by myself. Blah 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 blah. I looked over everything. I was like, okay, I will still even have a little bit of money left over. I'll be fine. But life happens and times change and prices go up on everything, right? Everything goes up for our paychecks. I'll say that. I think all of y'all could resonate with that. So it's like everything goes up with our paychecks. So it's like, prices changed and I couldn't handle it anymore. And I got to a point, like I did it by myself for, I think, what was it? It was going on 3 years, but like the first 2 years I did okay. And it was like that last going on a year that I struggled so much. And I used to cry all the time. And like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like I would figure it out, but like I was struggling. And then like I came to the conclusion, I was like, Mom, is it okay if I move back in? And she, like I said it like almost like a, like a, how did I do it? Like I was like, how would you feel if I were to say like, I wanted to move back in? And she was like, do you want to move back in? Like she was happy about it. She was like, that's great, please do. And I was like, what? She welcomed me back with open arms. And that was nice because like, I help her out and, she does need the help and stuff. And, I help her with bills. Like I help her with like cooking and, cleaning and stuff like that. Stuff like that she probably doesn't really want to do anyway. Me oversharing like always. I always do this. But yeah. And then she had some health stuff going on recently. So like it all works out for the best. Like we help each other, and I can be more grateful, that's where like taking the pride out out of the way, asking for help when it's necessary, it's a good thing, especially when it comes to people close to us who love us just as much as we love them. So, I say all that just to say, when you have people like that in your corner, whether it's your family or a friend, whatever, like friend, I already said that, friends, whomever, romantic partner, like people in our life who actually are worthy, right, who help bring out the best in us, like keep them around, right, and don't be afraid to ask them for help. Yes, because we got obsession here. Spirit ain't playing with us tonight. It's time to get out of your head and take and get back into your heart. It's time to get out of your head and into your heart. Overthinking a lot. Okay? So we gotta work on this. Say we, because, yeah, look at that. We've been seeing angel numbers all night, right? Angel numbers all night. Well, not all night, because technically it's not even nighttime yet. But, you know what I mean. This whole reading. Usually I read at night, that's why I said that. But it does say, pay attention to the signs. Your angels are trying to deliver a message. Right? Some people get nervous or scared when they see the number 6. I don't. I saw 666 on a license plate ahead of me when I was driving home while I was listening to my girl's reading that she did for me, and at the same exact time. So look at this, okay? So in the reading, a little more oversharing like always. In the reading, she had said something along the lines of keep your head up or something like that, or keep looking ahead, something like that. And then when she said that, I kind of said in my head, keep your head to the sky. For those of you who are Earth, Wind, and Fire fans. And then, here in Connecticut, it was cloudy all day. And as soon as I saw that license plate and that part of the reading happened, and then I sang that little verse of that song, the sky just the sun came out as if it was out all fucking day. I was like, what the fuck? So when I tell you angel numbers and shit are very important, right? And then even the fact that we keep seeing 5, right? 1 plus 4 is 5. We kept seeing the number 5 throughout this reading. So I'm just gonna put that out there, okay? Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities, because they're very, very important right now. Very, very important. And we have another card that adds up to 6 here. Dark Night of the Soul. You are in the midst of a spiritual awakening. That goes back to the Hermit. That also goes back to the Hanged Man energy we saw earlier. That awakening, that enlightenment, and yes, you're going through a harder time. Remember I kept saying I felt like I'm feeling the tower. It didn't show up in the reading, but that's giving me that energy. The tower, right? These tower moments that happen in our lives that are really, chaotic, traumatic, and it really kind of sets the tone for where we're going to end up going as we start to work on the healing process. Experiencing, the healing processes and the, having to overcome the traumas, the pain, the crying, all that stuff that comes with it. It's not pretty, it's not fun. However, these are the things that, definitely have to happen and take place sometimes when we go through these moments. So a lot of this for a lot of you has happened because of a very traumatic, see how my throat chakra is closing up? Some of you guys have been having a hard time even talking about this. This is something that you probably have a very hard time talking about. But that throat chakra is closing off for a reason. Yeah. But I will say that this was something that had to happen in order for you to step into the role that you have right now, spiritual teacher. You are being guided to step into your role as a spiritual teacher. I feel like you guys are going to be able to take your experiences. I've talked about this many times on this channel. Taking your experiences and helping other people throughout their own experiences. I'm getting wounded warrior type energy. People who, and wounded healers as well. People who've been very, very wounded, been through a lot of pain, a lot of hurt in their lives, who are going to be able to help others get through their shit at the same time. So keep that in mind. Yeah, and this could be a part of the career transition for some. Your soul is yearning for a career aligned with purpose and passion. Number 9 here. So number 2, important because of choices, right? Number 9 is important because you're approaching some type of ending. But it comes down to a choice at the end of the day. Where do you go with it, with this information? Let's see some more. Nice. Yeah. Sometimes those secrets that be like really deep in there. Remember we got that energy of secrets earlier with the 3 of Pentacles and then like the High Priestess. Like, I'm shocked that the moon didn't show up now I'm thinking about it. Like, it's giving me that kind of energy, that stuff that we keep really, really deep down, hidden. People don't know, but that stuff that is going to be, able to help other people. We have Mirror. Everything that is happening in your external life is a reflection of your inner world. Yeah. So just remember, when you feel a little bit chaotic, or things look a little chaotic on the outside, it's because that's probably how you're feeling on the inside, and vice versa. So, it's all connected. And the more that we understand the importance of keeping, ourselves intact on the inside, that's when we're going to start seeing things kind of happening on the outside as well, and vice versa. So with all that said, my loves, I greatly appreciate all of you for tuning in. I had definitely some of my favorites up here. I'm going to say it again. Check out Tears and Wheat Tarot Show. Definitely subscribe to her. Great reader. Amazing reader. Same thing for the Portal to Everything. She's also a reader and does some amazing work as well in this whole realm. So, definitely check them out. And, I would definitely say check them out. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anybody, because sometimes I forget while I'm reading. I think that was everybody, right? Yeah, that was everybody. So, yeah, and like I said, thank you for those of you who did tune in and everything, or who ended up tuning in later. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I love you all. What did my girl say? Yes, exactly, girl. Exactly. So my girl just said, for those of you who end up watching later, they always say that in success books, you create your reality based on your inside, and that's definitely true. The more work that you do on yourself, finding that inner peace, right? Especially after you went through stuff, transmuting the energy. You're taking what you've been through, what you've experienced, and you're turning it into something positive. That's how you transmute. So rather than being like the whole woe is me, we all have those moments. Nobody's perfect, right? We all have those moments of woe is me. Instead of being able to do the reflection and the work and do something about it, right? Get out of our situation. Sometimes what we do instead is we mope, and we're sad about it, and we dwell upon it. Well, what good is moping around and dwelling upon your circumstances going to get you? It's not going to get you anywhere. Hey, Monica, she's another one of my faves. She's so sweet, so sweet. Unfortunately, I'm about to close out on this particular reading. I might go on again later. I haven't determined that yet. If I do, I'm gonna probably do like a what's the tea kind of reading, but we'll see, because I know my son wants to hang out and stuff, so we'll see how I feel a little bit later. But what time is it at? Yeah, it's good. It's not late, but like I know I have some stuff that I have to do first, so we'll see. I am not going to make any promises, but I might come back on later. We'll see. If not tonight, then definitely tomorrow. But yes, and I already said earlier, like I have like a funny little gimmick that I'm gonna show you guys when I when I do go on and do the what's the tea. It's pretty funny. My son thought it was pretty hilarious too. But anyway, so I love you guys. Before I go rambling for no reason, like I always do, you guys are absolutely amazing. And if I don't sign on again, definitely enjoy the rest of your day, all that good stuff. And for those of you who end up watching at a later time, definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Hit that like button, notification bell, all those different things. And yeah, until next time, I love y'all. Bye.